Susanne Katus. I lead the business development activities for Eerie. Eerie is a data analytics firm that's headquartered here in London, but we also have an office in New York City, so I'm based out of the New York office. My background, how I got to Eerie is really through the journey of Global Reporting Initiative, GRI, the globe's leading standard for non-financial or sustainability reporting. So I started off there working on the technical team, transitioned more into an external relations role, met Mariela Alma, the CEO of Eerie when she had the idea behind Eerie and then left GRI to start the company, and I soon joined after. What we're trying to do with Eerie is really empower corporate decision makers to have more strategic insights that can better inform their decision making around what environmental, social, corporate governance issues actually present a risk or opportunity for them. There's a lot of information out there that's being discussed by companies within their corporate disclosures and corporate filings. There's a lot of information out there in terms of regulations that are picking up in this space. There's a lot of information out there in terms of what the media is talking about, what your stakeholders think. And it's hard to keep track. It's hard to keep track of these fast-changing landscapes and understand which issues are most relevant for a company and which ones will actually present a risk or opportunity in the future. So what we enable companies to do is amass this data in simple, digestible formats, conduct regulatory gap analyses, and better understand or anticipate what could happen in their future strategy. Well, I think sustainability and big data are two of the biggest disruptors in business today, and one word that we could use to describe that is innovation. In my days at GRI working with corporate entities, I've always seen sustainability individuals as innovators. They're conveners, they're connectors. They really have to have a global picture of what their company is doing and how that interacts with the communities in which they operate. You bring big data into the mix, that enables those individuals to have the empirical ammunition they need to reinforce why these issues are relevant, why they pose financial risk, legal risk, reputational risk. So when we talk about transparency, we often talk about what's being said. And we often miss the point of what's not being said. With our technology, our data analytics platform, what we're able to do is identify where the priorities issues are based on what a company is saying, but we're also able to identify what they're not saying. With Volkswagen, when we looked at the data, when we looked at their corporate filings, we saw that they actually became increasingly silent on the topic of air emissions between 2010 and 2015. This data was recently referenced in Bloomberg B&A because it suggested that there were hidden hints, as Bloomberg called them, within their sustainability reports. Hints that could have suggested to regulators, to investors, that something was going on sooner. We're here to contribute to the discussion. We see that the discussion in all of the events has been really leaning more towards how do we get risk, legal, other expertise involved in the discussion around sustainability. Sustainability has existed pretty much in this silo, but it's very encouraging to see that most of the discussions are starting to extend beyond that sustainability silo. We're starting to break through it, and we're starting to actually engage with the different expertise that's required to better understand why these issues are relevant for a company and for society. And that's very much in line with what we at Eerie are doing, but we're simply doing it through technology and big data.